Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Disco Kitty the Crafty Crafter. Today we're going to be playing with a craft Kitsune. Very, very wintry, almost very Christmassy looking. I don't know. We'll see. It jingles. Let's get right into it. Okay, let's see what's inside the box. And here, I thought it was like a little thank you card, but no, it's pressed flowers. Pressed flowers are nice. An R for my last name. Some little trinkets. Some bezel tape or resin tape. Resin. But I don't know what kind of resin. I'm going to be real mad about that soon. Just look at that. What is that? Oh, part of the R. A little bauble. I don't know what to do with. Some glitter. Some more charms. Very cute. Stickers. And a little deer mold. Very, very cute. Okay, before I get into this voiceover, I just want to say a couple of potentially mean things. One mean thing in particular is what the hell is this? What is this? Is this a 2-to-1 resin? Because it's measured like a 2-to-1 resin. Is this a 2-to-1 resin? I don't know. And you know what? That means I'm not going to use it because I don't know what it is, because there's no instructions in the box. There's no instructions on the website or on the YouTube channel. Anywhere that I can find, I can't find instructions. So, you know what? This pisses me off to no end and makes me think that it's time to unsubscribe from this box. Now, if I do that with this particular box, I think I still have one more to go because I am getting it in a 3-box subscription set because it's a hell of a lot cheaper that way. And seriously, what is this? Is this it doesn't say crafting resin, part A and part B. I mean, yes, the part B should be the hardener and would be the one that would be significantly less if it were a 2-to-1, but I don't know. I don't know. Where are the instructions? Where? This is not acceptable. I also need to know how much resin to put in here. You know, I can figure out how much resin to put here. It's a bezel, that's fine. You don't need to measure out the bezel, that's fine. Although, it would be nice if you did. But this, I need to know how much this is. I need to know what kind of resin this is. What is it? Okay, I'm done with my rant. Let's get into it. Sorry.
Well, now that that's all over with, let's get into this. What we'll call a bezel. We'll call it a bezel. I don't know if it's called a bezel, but, you know, it's close enough. But this bezel tape, this resin tape, I absolutely love it. It's slightly thicker than the stuff that I've used before, this green stuff. I got this green stuff out of a different kit. I don't remember which kit, because I've gotten a couple of these resin tapes out of a couple of different kits. But this one, it's slightly thicker than the others. It doesn't stick to itself quite as well as the others do. You saw the green one was really hard to peel up, but the blue came right up. It will stick really well to the wood and the resin, though, I'll tell you that. It's very nice. I actually really like this tape. So, we're going to put in a single layer of clear resin first. And we'll use this little silicone squabby tool to, I have no idea what it's called. It's just a little silicone tool. It's a very soft silicone tool. It probably came with the UV resin. Because sometimes when you get UV resin, you get a little measuring cup and you get a little silicone tool. And this was that little silicone tool. And then we're going to cook it real good on both sides at the same time with the Let's Resin Dual UV light that I absolutely love. Link will be in the description, of course. But I really like this light. I hate the fact that you can't use the 2 pieces separately. They have to be together in order to use both pieces. I cannot find another USB-C cord that will work, although I have looked inside of it and it does look like it has more contacts, so maybe different contacts for both sides. I don't know. I really don't know. It's just, it doesn't work with other cords, any other cord. I tried like 20 cords once and it just would not work. I could give it enough power to turn on the timer, but not turn on the lights. So we've placed all of the flowers and now we're gonna cover them up in UV resin and then we'll cook it again. After we make sure that we try to get everything under the resin. And I will end up with a couple of significant bubbles. I'm not really sure where they come from. They either come from the flowers or from the wood itself. I'm not sure. Could be either, could be both. Could be in there now, and I just don't see them. I don't know. Dome it, and this is where I start realizing that I probably should have done the outside of the R first. Like, I should have domed the wood first, and then done the center, but nay, I was not a smart cookie and decided to do it this way. Ooh, who is that ugly reflection down there at the bottom? Ooh, ugly girl. Anyways, so, we added a little blue glitter. It makes it just a little bit blue. I do like this glitter. And we'll go cook it. And then we're going to do the outside edge. I mean, even here you can see where the light is around the edges. It's just not smooth and quite the way I wanted it because it flowed off onto the resin I had already put down. So, oh well. Little issue with resin leaking there. It kind of fell off the edge. Knife is not going to do it, so we're going to get some cuticle snips and pop that little piece right off. I'm going to dome the back a little bit just so that they both kind of look the same, but we're going to do it a little different so that there's a little bit of glitter behind the flowers. And then we'll cook it one last time. And here it is. Yay! There's the R. It's very nice. I like it a lot. Next is the little deer. Little deer. I had some problems with little deer, and that's okay. I decided I was going to try to be too clever, and I got some time ago, somebody had recommended that I get some titanium white powder. Well, I got some titanium white powder, and holy crap, does this stuff really, really work. I mean, you saw the little itty bitty tiny bit of white that I put in there. It was way too much for the amount that I had. Here we're doing a test cook just to make sure that the light will go through it. It will, yay. So now we're going to put little dots on the deer's head. And we'll do his tail. And it won't work so well because some of these little spots will fall off and just fall into the 2-part UV resin that I end up using for the body later. I'm gonna have to paint it, and that's kind of annoying because that's exactly not what I wanted to do, but it is what it is. But yeah, lots of cooking. Lots and lots of cooking. I ended up doing the tail in 3 layers, and that seemed to work pretty well. Doing his nose and his eyes, well, part of his eyes. The eyes are definitely not going to work as well as I was hoping. Here we're doing his irises, but I can't see what I'm doing, so I'm not entirely sure why I thought this was a good idea. And the eyes almost worked. Almost. Not quite, though. A little bit of this white here will somehow manage to slide in underneath its right eye and just make it so it's just doesn't work right. That's okay. I'm using a pipette with some UV resin mixed with brown or Cabernet and some hollow glitter for the antlers. We're going to fill them up and then we're going to squidgy them to make sure they don't have any air bubbles. And then we'll give it a quick cure with the flashlight and then a proper cure with the big light. Yeah. This is just to make sure that it's gelled up a little bit so that it doesn't, leak everywhere. But you have to cure this if you're going to put 2-part UV resin down on, or yeah, 2-part UV resin, no, 2-part epoxy resin. You have to cure this. Where are my words? You have to cure the UV resin before you put the 2-part epoxy resin down, or it's just not going to work. Cure, cure, cure. Yay, yay, yay. And then we're going to cure it in the big thing. It doesn't fit with the shelf, so I actually had to take the shelf out and put it directly on the LEDs. Don't do that, because they get really hot, and that could melt your silicone mold. Anyways, now we're getting into a different brown, and 2-part epoxy resin. And we're going, did we cook it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to cook this because I like it when my projects are done in a single day. Because, yeah, we're going to try degassing it. I mean, it kind of works. It did bring most of the bubbles to the very top at least. I think I'm going to put it through for a second time and use the torch to get more bubbles out, but I don't know. It really works really, really well for silicone. I don't know how well it works for resin, but so yeah, I don't know. I haven't decided if I really like it for resin or not. I am going to cook it, like I said. 3 hours later. I had a little bit less resin than I should have. I'll talk about that more later. Some of the little spots fell off of his head. I felt bad. The tail stayed. The tail actually took 2 tries though, because before I even put the resin in the deer, the tail had already fallen off. So I should have known that those spots would have fallen off too. It makes me sad, but whatever. It's still cute. I'm just gonna have to paint it, which is what I definitely did not want to do. I think that spot up there is his nose. Oh, I just don't know. Yeah, you can see there's a black spot up between 2 of the big white spots. I think that was his nose. Where, his nose was supposed to be black and it was going to be UV resin, but I think it fell out and just landed on his forehead. Whatever, right? Neither here nor there. It's cute and it's done, and that's what matters. Well, those came out super cute. So here's the R. Just the little wooden R. You see there's flowers and there's a little butterfly in there. You can't really see it. There's a bow, there's some stuff. I domed the back as well just so that it would be pretty sealed. I might go through and do the edges, but I haven't decided about that yet. But that's the R. The R worked really well, and I totally did it backwards. What I should have done was I should have domed the outside edge first and domed this first and then poured on the inside, because
you can see where some of the glitter has like right here. Right here's a good one. It fell into the wrong spot because, you know, I did it backwards and I should have done this first and then this. But whatever. It got done. It works. It's really cute. And here is the little deer that also came with the kit. It didn't quite do what I was hoping it would do. You know, I was hoping that those little spots in the eyes and the stuff would stay where they were supposed to, like the tail did. And like a couple of the spots did. But that's okay. I ended up having to paint it over anyways. But I think this came out super cute. What do you think? And the mold worked really well. And I'll be able to use it again. And it's super cute. And I like it. And I appreciate it. And I think this box would have been really good. Except for this. What is this? What is this? Is this a 2-to-1 ratio resin? Because it looks like a 2-to-1 ratio resin with the way that it's been measured, but I don't know. Because you know what's not in the box? Any kind of instructions at all. Nothing. Absolutely no instructions. No instructions in the box. I couldn't even find the box on the website. I went to the website and you know what I found on the website? A Valentine's Day box. So I am recording this on the 12th of February. So there's 2 days until Valentine's Day. So I never even thought about it, you know, I just opened the box and I was like, oh, cute things, but what kind of resin is this? What is this? What is that? Is that a 1-to-1? 2-to-1? I don't know. Is it supposed to be measured by weight or by volume? There are different kinds of resins. You need to put the instructions for that kind of stuff in the box. On the label would be best. Look at this. You make your own labels. Just write it there. Write it right on there. Craft Kitsune. Crafting resin, part A. Measure equal amounts of part A and B. Or 2-to-1 ratio of part A and B. Come on. It's not that hard. I have one more subscription left on this because I get them in a 3-month bundle. I think I said that. And if this happens again next month with no instructions, gone. I am not going to be renewing my subscription. Just know, this is horseshit. Instructions are really simple. This didn't come with a how much is in, you know, how much resin do you need in the mold. It is super simple to measure that so that hundreds of other people, dozens? I highly doubt that hundreds of people are getting this. Dozens of other people are going to have to measure to figure out how much is in here. And of course I didn't because I was stupid. So let's do that right now. Let's see. Now, I made 40 milliliters of resin. More because some of it was UV resin. Alright, filled it right up to the top. Now, let's get myself a clean measuring cup. I know that these aren't exact, but they're close enough. Yeah, yeah, this claims it's probably 45 milliliters or so, including the antlers and the stuff that I had done with UV resin. So I would make 50 to fill it. I don't know. It's just ridiculous. It's measuring real close to 40. I made 40 though, so I don't understand why it wasn't enough. Whatever. Anyways, this kind of stuff, this is the kind of stuff that is horse crap when it comes to a subscription box. It shouldn't be like that. There should be instructions. Step-by-step instructions. Or video instructions. There used to be video instructions when the old... Excuse me. Just had dinner too. There used to be instructions and stuff when the old owner had it. Although she was also really bad at putting down quantities. I feel like nobody wants to bother putting down quantities. But I don't know. With this new girl running the show, I've heard a lot of really bad things. I don't know. We'll see what happens next month with this kit and see if I keep going. Until then, stay safe.